Dawn. We're gonna die.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of We Stomped You Out. We were actually off for a week last week. That was my bad. But we're back this week to talk about Groundhog Day, New York Football Giants. Timmy, what's up? What's happening? That's a nice hat. I compliment it often because it is quite nice. What's going on, my friend?
This hat is the nicest thing about the Giants right now. It's just a horrendous. I don't know how much news you guys get down there. Up here, it's just it's nonstop.
It's bad.
It's all bad. Nothing good.
And it ain't gonna get any better. It's not gonna get much better here as we continue on the season. We have some news that developed today to talk about, and it's something that's been going all over, kind of running rampant over the NFL in the last few days. But let's start off with strictly New York Football Giants, and as always, Tim, I started off with you: the good, the bad, the ugly. The 21 points, just a caveat before you start on that is that I was listening to one show and they were running down the scores and they were like, oh, the Giants could be, they were doing, I think it was a pool actually, the lowest scoring team of the week. And they were talking about how the Giants could be a possibility going, any time going forward. And then whoever's the co-host was like, they put up 21 points. Everything was junk, man.
All junk.
So
all bad.
Go ahead, my friend.
Well, you just said it. I mean, again, wait, before I even start that, I mean, are people, and by people I mean Giants fans, finally going to wake up and stop blaming Daniel Jones for every little goddamn thing that happens with this offense? It's not his fault, people. Mike Glennon, by the way, who is a horrendous-looking human being. Not that I'm a prize.
It's so weird. It's like...
I'm not saying I'm a prize in any way whatsoever, but he is a horrendous alien-looking human being. He's like a big giant doofus
with no alien powers, because you could use those.
See, and I'm actually going to stick up for Jason Garrett just a little bit, this much. It's not these guys' fault. Our offensive line is a horrendous piece of crap. They don't block for anyone. They can't. It's oh my god. The defense, they said it's at that point where they can't do everything themselves. They can't, and eventually they just like whatever. We don't care anymore.
Why should they? We're risking injury with just being on the field for 40 minutes a game or something like that,
Yeah, it's so bad. We're at the point where I'm hoping they lose. They lose out. I hope the Bears lose out, and we get up there and get those 3, 4, 5 pick spots. That's how bad it is in here. And I said up here, it's just I don't know how much news you get down in Florida, but up in New York, it's Giants fans have turned into that typical fan that everything is Daniel Jones is still getting blamed for what happened.
Oh yeah,
he did something wrong last week and we lost 37-21. By the way, I was shocked. I mean,
we averaged that brought our points average per game up.
Yeah, and even the week before, we couldn't do the show last week. Everyone's talking, Mike Glennon. Yeah. 9 points. 9 points. Daniel Jones might have scored 12. We don't know.
Who are we going to get this week?
Oh, God. Oh, yeah, Jake from State Farm? Hey, you never know.
Just throw him out there. Let's do it.
I said, you know what's going to happen when Jake from State Farm plays? He will die. Just like Eli Manning died at the end of his career, Daniel Jones is dying. Mike Glennon's going to die. Jake from State Farm is going to die.
There's a lot of death around this New York Giants team.
It's just their horrendous offense. I've never seen a worse offensive line in my life. We're worse than Detroit. I don't care about record.
We talked about this weeks ago.
Detroit shows up every week at least.
Yep.
Giants don't.
You remember? I said. I think I said it on this show or the other show. But if you took the names off the jerseys and just made them both plain white jerseys, can you figure out which is the Lions and which is the Giants?
The Lions are the ones that are still trying.
Oh, desperately.
At least offensively.
Desperately. And 2 weeks ago with that win, or was it last week that they got the win? Yeah, they screwed up my gambling that weekend. All right. It does get to the point, and I've seen, even weeks ago, I think we brought this up. I saw, guys on Facebook saying, why am I wasting 3 hours of my Sunday afternoon on this team? I could be out golfing. I could be out doing that. I can fix the car. I can organize the garage. When you want to organize the garage more than you want to watch your football team, that's when it becomes a serious problem.
I'm not gonna lie. We have two TVs within eye shot of our living room. We put the Bills and the Bucks on the big screen, and I watch the Giants on the little one. So I was like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We'll watch the most important game on the big screen. So yeah, it's getting that bad. It really is. And just like I said, they're going to the Cowboys. I wouldn't go to this game. Oh no, I'd go if I had 50-yard line seats right down the bottom. I would go. But other than that, I can't sit in the stands with Cowboy fans while they're rolling over us,
stomping on us.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
And that's why I didn't even want to go to the Dolphins game down here. Sit outside in the heat for 3 hours, burning up, sweating my ass off, and here comes
Just watching
more and more nonsense. Watching bad teams. I'm not in it to watch bad teams. It's not why we're fans, Tim.
No. This is a really bad drought we're on.
Maybe I need to start praying to one of these sports gods, because between them all, the Giants were my team here. And since 2015, they haven't had more than 6 victories in a season. So
bad. So bad.
That's that. All right. Let's talk a little bit more about what's going on as far as off the field is concerned. COVID strikes. COVID is making a return to the NFL, pretty widespread, just in time for the damn fantasy playoffs. Here we go. We are not going to know who is going to be in, who's going to be out, and we'll get more into that in the Unsportsmanlike Conduct show at 7:00. But this is big. This is going to be big for major fantasy implications. But for the Giants, it's right now it's actually guys who aren't playing anyway right now. Guys like Tony and John Ross is got tested for positive, and then Tim, there were also some guys that were absent from practice with no explanation. So a couple of spots are kind of chalking that up to either they're in the protocol or they were around and so that's Andrew Thomas, McKinney, Aaron Robinson, and Graham Gano. So
Thomas and McKinney. Thomas, if you had to say what are the two brightest spots on this piece of shit team this year, Thomas and McKinney. And they're both probably going to be out this week.
And they might both be out this week. So I think this group of guys, it is a potential for them to play. Obviously based on vaccination status and whatnot with the protocols. But then you might have Jake from State Farm as your quarterback. Barkley's not practicing. And why? Why even? I mean, the Cardinals are doing the right thing, I think, and they're sitting Hopkins for the rest of the regular season to gear up for the playoffs. So we might have Jake from State Farm, our backup running back, backup kicker,
against the Cowboys,
backup tackle.
Just in time for the Cowboy game. And by the way, my opponent this week in the playoffs has Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. Thanks.
Oh.
Thanks, football gods.
But okay, so I was going to mention this, but we are guaranteed, this is a completely different sport, to have a Mets fan versus Yankee fan Super Bowl in that fantasy league. It's
That's weird.
You against Ed and me against producer Joe.
Oh, that's weird.
Which, by the way, I'm not in a good position right now. I got guys that are questionable. I got guys that are out. My team is a mess right now. So it'd be a real shame to go through, get the bye, and then first round them out. A couple of things I want to talk about, specifically with Mr. Judge. He got a vote of confidence from management. I don't have any problem with that at all. I know that, and opposite. I really don't have, I don't want them to bend over backwards and keep him. I don't want him to be fired today. But either way, I'm okay. But he did get that vote of confidence. He's in year 2. He's not getting results, but he's not getting anything, much to work with. Especially when you look at the spending that the Giants did in the offseason.
Yeah, and I'm the same way. If he goes, good. If he doesn't, okay, I'm okay with that too. I'd like to give him another shot with tools.
Yeah.
Speaking of tools, our GM, who's being forced to retire at the end of the year, has left us with one of the worst cap situations in the history of the NFL. So,
why are we treating him like a guy like Coughlin?
I don't know. I have no idea. But I feel
He's
bad
done
for
nothing.
Judge. I honestly feel bad for Joe Judge because he's going to come back next year with no cap room, no,
what, $3 million?
What's he going to build a team with? You can't build a team with that. It's just not possible.
Nope. And then you're starting. Now you got big time decisions to make coming up with extensions for a quarterback or not extensions for a quarterback, extensions for a running back or not. And then you also got Galladay on a 4 years, $72 million. And what's funny? I read a stat today that every single wide receiver that was signed in the offseason for over $8 million a year, nobody has 500 yards yet receiving.
Wow, that's crazy.
So if you want to see you want to put a silver lining on this, it is that it's happening to everybody. Okay. So it's all good.
But when a lineman has 1 touchdown and your star receiver has 0, it's still not good. But again, now who are we blaming Galladay, or are we blaming the offensive line for not giving him a chance?
Yeah, because he doesn't have a chance to run his route. He's like third of the way through his route, and Daniel Jones is down on the ground.
Yeah, he's making his first break, and the play's already over. I mean, I don't know who to blame. I honestly don't know. But even Glennon has that eye of the tiger, well, not eye of the tiger. I don't want that dead-eyed. Holy shit! I gotta get rid of this ball, or I'm gonna die. Look on his eyes already, and that big, stupid, goofy neck of his.
And he can't run.
He can't run.
He'll die.
Yeah, Daniel Jones can run. He can't run. He's just gonna die. Let's hope Jake from State Farm can at least move his ass because he's gonna be running for a while this week. I think Micah Parsons will have like 3 sacks. Easy.
No reason why. Maybe that's an over-under.
Yeah.
No, I was having a conversation with Kyle earlier, and he was trying to get me to put a bet on a parlay, and I said, no, I really don't want that stress. I wound up I'm going to Orlando for a few days because of the timing of the holidays and time off and whatnot. So I said, Kyle, I'm going to Orlando. Want to enjoy myself. I want to have a good time. He said, go see Spider-Man. I said, I'm going to go see Spider-Man tomorrow. I still want to have a good time. And then I said, if I don't place that bet, I'll have a good time. Won't have to have any issues. He said, except for one giant loss. I was like, you're an asshole, But you know what? That's not going to impact me because it's totally expecting a blowout. So it's not even like you know what? I'm kind of tired of, typically it doesn't matter if interdivision, if it's a shit team versus a great team, they typically play each other pretty closely. The Dolphins all those years with the Patriots, the Patriots could be on a, undefeated, but they'll play them close, play them tight. And I think I'm tired of expecting that from the Giants, especially against the Cowboys, because it just happened every single time. I'm like, all right, we'll play him close. 35-10.
Well, they'll play him close for the first 2 quarters.
Yeah. And
then they go in the locker room like, hey, we're doing good. Then it's like, all right.
Let's not change a thing while the other team makes an adjustment.
Yeah. They forget to come out the second half. Like, oh, shit. We still got to play?
All right. So let's talk real quick about the division real quick and the playoff picture in the NFC. Packers leapfrog. They now have the first spot in the conference. Cowboys are at 4, and the Washington football team continues to kind of hang around there. I do not want to see them in the playoffs. Who had the NFC East having multiple playoff teams?
No,
we can't even eliminate. And I do have one elimination that I want to bring up to you on sports.
We
on
did
Sportsman
eliminate
like
them, though. We had to bring them back.
We brought him back. And then the Eagles are in the 9th spot, so they're right there, all the same record. Washington, the Vikings, the Eagles, the Falcons, the Saints, all 6 and 7.
We were watching it this week, and it said in the hunt, and it had the Giants at 4 and 8 in the hunt. I'm like, that's so ridiculous. And we're still in the hunt at 4 and 8. Well, now we're not.
I think it's I forget what page it's on, but it's on Facebook, and their power rankings are, it's like Super Bowl contenders, and then it shows those were lower than shit, and it'll have like they had the definite typo. They had the Giants in the we're not sure spot. And I look at the comments and it's like, really? Giant and the Giants were in the same boat as like the Vikings and the 49ers and those teams, and they're like, Giants question mark. And like the whole thing got taken over by the Giants.
I'm going to agree with them.
Yeah.
How's that even possible?
Either a typo or somebody smoking the good stuff. So all right. So what do you got for as far as a score is concerned here? The Giants are. Let's see what the spread is here. You want to take a guess at the spread?
With the vid or without the vid? It's a big difference.
I pulled it. I don't know if it was updated before or after, but let's just say it was before.
I would say.
But a lot of the guys that got it are already injured anyway. So.
That's true. I'll say 14. Only because they're division rivals, though they won't make it more than that. But it'll be 4. I see 14.
All right, Vegas likes us a little bit better than you do.
Really?
For some reason. No, it's still high. It's 10.5.
No,
but this is a breeze. I think this is a lock.
10.5.
No, over of them covering. The Cowboy by yeah.
Yeah, I can see it. I don't see us even showing up.
I was tempted last week to bet the Giants, not to win, but to cover the spread against the Chargers, and it was like I think it was 10.5 also. And I'm like, all right, the Chargers are the Chargers. They find ways to either lose or make it real close. And then at the start of the game, I was like, oh, thank God I didn't do that shit.
Before we move off this Judge thing,
yeah.
Judge's main problems too right now are clock management, and he's coming off as a Belichick. Well, he's not like a people person, and with the press and all that stuff. He was half an hour late to the press conference the other day. What were you doing for that half hour? What were you doing? If you're going to try to be Belichick, Belichick still has that mystique, that personality. It's not really a personality. He's an old curmudgeon.
It's hilarious though.
Yeah, but Judge can't get away with that shit. You can't get away with that. So, I hope they give him another shot, and I hope they finally tell us where he buys his sweatshirts from, because I want that sweatshirt so goddamn bad. And every week he wears it just to torture me.
It's not that one and the Strahan one. Little bit of an update to the COVID stuff. McKinney is testing negative. If he continues to test negative, he can return to the Giants facility on Saturday and eligible to play on Sunday. All the team meetings for tomorrow are going to be remote. Practice will be outdoors only, as per usual. Mike Lennon says meetings aren't as big of a deal. That's great.
Just for your giant head. Fucking
You can get
ET.
away with doing the meetings virtually, he said.
It looks like ET with his neck is extended. Jerk off. It's so bad. And, I just read the article saying that the NFL is the super spreader. They're calling the NFL the super spreader of COVID.
75 positive tasted. 75 total positive tests currently. Monday and Tuesday.
75.
And on Wednesday, 29 more. So 75 Monday and Tuesday, and then 29 more. And now that you see the Players Association is kind of saying some things, because I guess in the original agreement for when they were going to play through COVID was that players wanted daily testing, and the NFL apparently did not for whatever reason.
Really?
Cost, but the cost is being absorbed. But anyway, so now the players are kind of getting together. But was it an NBA? It's starting to come back now. Here we go. But you see that it's nothing serious, and most of the guys are vaccinated, and I think I read somewhere that they want to make the booster shot in the NFL mandatory. But we'll see how that goes.
Once you start throwing that word around, people lose their minds. So
the booster
mandatory. Once you say
mandatory, yeah, mandatory. Yes, yeah. Sorry,
people lose their fucking minds.
That's what it is. That's what it is. I told you years and years ago, an employee of mine came. We had to start doing mandatory overtime because we had to catch up on whatever. And this group of employees are complaining about the mandatory overtime, and I was like, all of you do like 15 hours of overtime every week. We're asking you to do 4. And they were like, you're not asking us, you're telling us. I said, okay, I'm telling you to do 4, but every single week you average 15 to 16 hours of extra overtime. But now because we're telling you have to, then it's a problem. Yeah. I said, all right, then don't do it. I said, don't do it then.
If the
we're still doing it.
If the governors and the mayors all over the country said, listen, can you please get this shot? Please. Yeah. I bet at least 1 million more people would have got the shot. But once you say it's mandatory or you can't work or you can't, forget about it. I mean, I don't know how this is down there too, but up here, fast food restaurants and places have to close 8, 9 o'clock because they don't have enough people to work.
We have that. Few weeks back, I got hungry on a Saturday night. I think it was. I wanted to order Taco Bell through Uber Eats, and it got to the delivery time, and it says your order's been canceled. What? So then I actually called, and they were closed. Nobody there. It was like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and it's a Saturday. That's for drunk people, guys. You could stay open.
We came out of a movie one night. It was only 9 o'clock. I'm like, let's go to Chili's, grab something quick, Yeah. Closed due to lack of people who can work because of the mandate. I'm like, oh my God, it's ridiculous. As a matter of fact, just this morning, the B train, good old B train from Brooklyn, is running slow because they don't have enough people. I'm like, well, why the B train? Why'd you just pick the B train?
Yeah.
Really weird, but B train's running slow because of no people to run the goddamn train. Okay.
Is there not now? It's New York City. Is there not one line that's out of service right now? Getting something done to it that you can't put.
Always
move some of your people around. Yeah, I'm saying.
Always. I said my favorite sign ever in the MTA that somebody was. It says, it was a picture of guys fixing stuff and painting and all this stuff, and it says we're at over 100 stations and counting. Okay. Why not do one at a time? They don't fuck up the whole city. You're fixing 100 stations. Guess what? You're screwing our whole ride up. But they don't listen. Nobody listens.
As the Cowboys are coming into Giant Stadium, yeah, I said it. With Micah Parsons is being compared to LT, and so that's all going to get ramped way up this week, especially if it comes away with a couple, 2, 3 sacks. Then it's really going to be on. Speaking of LT, doesn't follow the team anymore. I don't think we had a chance to talk about this.
No, whatever. Oh, Eli doesn't quarterback anymore. Oh, I don't know.
Who's Daniel Jones?
Yeah.
How the hell does Daniel Jones feel after that? The legend of all legends in Giants football history doesn't know who the quarterback, and it's me. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all these guys are all weird. All these older guys are getting real weird now.
Yeah, and why it's the New York thing. The '80s, Lenny Dykstra, LT,
Drugs, CTE, all that stuff. You don't know what's going on with their heads.
Yeah, you have no idea. I think one of the things that I started thinking about when you heard that Jones has now structural damage in his neck. I mean, does that give them an out? I don't even know what even to think. Do you sign him for a 1 year deal? He's not getting an extension anywhere. He's not getting a big time contract anywhere. Do you sign him to a 1 year deal? Incentivize the hell out of it. You play X amount of games, you get this. You completion percentage, you get this, and then make a determination on if you want to, talk about doing something in the draft. Talk about Russell Wilson. Talk about maybe a guy like a stopgap type of guy. Is it Gardner Minshew, or I'm just throwing like guys who can function, but we kind of need a guy who's a little mobile because the
Very
offensive
mobile.
line is not going to be fixed overnight. So you still got to have a guy who can get the hell out of there and not die in the pocket.
Yeah, I know my thing with Russell Wilson. You hate Russell. I said, I don't hate Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson will die back there, and you're giving up first round pick for a 34-year-old who's going to die behind that offensive line doesn't make any goddamn sense to me. I got hammered with that shit with people writing me, "Oh, you want Russell Wilson and this." I almost called a racist. That has nothing to do with racist. Russell Wilson will die. Russell Wilson will die behind our offensive line. He's not that fast anymore. Plus, you don't give up a first-round draft pick for a 34-year-old. Unless it's Tom Brady. If he wants to come, I'll give one of those picks to Tom Brady. Sure, come on over, Tom. But guess what? Tom Brady will die behind the offensive line.
No. You see the video he put out today?
Which one?
He is on TikTok. I think it was where I saw it, and it was him. It was close up, and I guess somebody said, it was Romo. He called Brady slow in the game, and so Brady was like, "Oh," and then he showed where he took off and slid for the first down, and he says, "Who's slow now?" Brady's catching on to this social media thing. I think he really enjoys it.
Yeah, but you're 100% right now. If they're this is their out. If they want to move on from Daniel Jones, this is their out. They're not going to give a guy with structural damage a long-term contract. I don't think they're just going to get rid of him. Like your damage goodbye. I see a 1 year deal, and I see. They're going to look elsewhere, unfortunately, but it's going to happen if he has structural damage. What are they going to do? They can't just say, "Hey, we're going to throw the guy out there with his bad neck out and behind that offensive line," and it's like really watch. Like I'm now literally die. I say die. I'm speaking figuratively as a joke. You're going to get your ass kicked. He'll die if he has structural damage to his neck.
Carted off. That's the thing. And Daniel Jones is going to have to make a decision. I don't know how bad this is. I don't want to retire him right now. But I'm saying structural damage to the neck is not a thing to laugh at in the NFL, or any sport really.
Yeah,
any the torque and whatnot. But if it comes to that, then he's got to make a decision, and then I think we just ride out. We get a 3-year plan going instead of this every single year. Because Giants fans were, after all the spending in the offseason, it was let's get back to the playoffs, right? And 4-9, or 5-9. And now we're all of a sudden, hey, the Giants are the only non-competitive team in the NFC East. Eagles are playing well. Washington is playing well. And and of course Dallas.
And you know what you say, you know how it's really bad up here as far as the fans go. They're starting to forget now. Because now everything's about Micah Parsons. They passed on Micah Parsons for Tony. How did they pass on Micah Parsons? Look at this guy. He's the next LT. Idiots. The Cowboys traded ahead of us to get him. The Eagles traded ahead of us to get their guy. That's why we traded down at the end, because all our guys were gone.
And we were pissed off on and we were pissed off on the show.
Yes, we did not pass on Micah Parsons. They traded ahead of us to get him. But I think what some people are saying is the Giants had the character issues with him. But you know what? They still would have taken him. I don't want to hear that bullshit.
Yeah.
If he was there, they would have taken him. So
well, we don't know what Gettleman. I don't know.
You know, I can't argue with people like that. I'm getting the fights on Facebook pages because they're like, oh, they passed over Parsons. No, they didn't. He was gone already.
Those are the people that blindly just throw stuff out there, get reaction, and they don't even look it up. It's right there for you to look it up.
Yeah, I can't stand that. But that's where we're at now. That's like where we're at as a franchise. We're those fans now. We're the Jets. We're the Jets.
Oh my God!
And not even with the cool black uniforms for the Jets. By the way, this is the uniform I want the Giants to wear.
It's great.
Black with the blue.
Yep, I love it. I like it a lot. All right, so I think. Do we talk score yet? We'll go through our full slate of picks on unsportsmanlike conduct following this show. All right, what do you think as far as the score out there? This could get ugly.
I'm just gonna say like a nice round number, 35-10. I'm gonna give us 10, and I don't even think we're gonna score 10, but I'm gonna give us 10 just to be that one lucky touchdown or that one lucky bounce.
And I don't know who's gonna kick field goals for us if Godot's out.
Who knows? 35-10. If I'm lucky.
I think they're going to put up another 40 spot this week. I'm going to go 41-10. I'm going to stick with the 10 theme.
Ooh, 10.
Just awful. All right, bro, Don. You don't even know our record.
Oh, yeah,
it's 4 or 5 wins.
You said 5 wins. We have only have 4.
I said 4, and then I said 5, and I said 4-9, 5-9. My apologies, Don. Listen, the last 5 years, if you're not saying that the last 5 years is just melding into one crazy garbage team, then my apologies.
Don, you have the greatest mob name ever. I just want you to tell you that. Don Caluzzi.
Hey, Caluzzi. Hey, forget about it.
Don Caluzzi. I hope your first child's a masculine child, Don Caluzzi. That's awesome.
Hey. All right, so Timmy. All right, let's set the stage here because we were going to go on at right around 7:00 for Unsportsmanlike Conduct. I say we take a little 10-minute break and then we hit it at 6:50. And then for those of you comic book fans out there, it's your time to shine. It's happening this week. And Granny's Peach Tea will be on at 8:30. So we got a triple header tonight. Yeah, and Don, have you seen a bleaker era
you were there
in
that late 70s badness?
Yeah,
but this has got to be worse. It's got to be worse.
It's worse record wise. It is. And then you throw in all the other crap that's going on, and then the fact that the boat picture started it all. Thanks, Odell. Thanks for that parting gift. All right. So, any final words? You want to talk any Giants fans off the ledge here, Timmy?
No, I'm right there with them.
We're
all holding hands on that ledge, praying for. Listen, if you're gonna pull
Chevy Chase, we're all in this together.
Yeah, if you're gonna pull one thing out your asses this year, win this week. You win this week, and I am the happiest person in the entire world because I hate the Cowboys that much. Just pull this one out and then lose all the way out, and I'm good to go. I'm ready for.
I don't want to have to hear from Kyle.
But you know what though? They can't talk shit. It's an obvious win. It should be an obvious.
Oh yeah.
Win. They're just bad. But if you were gonna pull that miracle win out for the last 5 weeks, this is the week to do it. Please. All I'm gonna say.
And I say that because
take out Prescott and Elliott in the first quarter so I don't have to deal with their fantasy points. Thank you.
Little Undertaker action going. Yeah, the problem is that a lot of Cowboys fans they act like they've never done certain things before, so the celebrations are out of control. So they all love to rub it in. I don't care if it's expected or not. Kyle might be a little bit better about it. Kyle's only a slightly better Cowboy fan than the others. Terzio, you caught us on the tail end. We're coming back in about 10 minutes to talk full blown NFL. Terzio, you jerk. Yeah, and Don says it is. Where's your identity the last 9 years? Yep. We have that understatement. We've gone away from everything that has ever made us a great team, but our special teams is playing well. That's Mr. Judge's specialty. But that'll do it for us on this New York Football Giants We Stomped You Out show. And for those of you who are interested, we'll be back in about 10 minutes to go through the full slate of NFL action from Week 14 and what to expect in Week 15. Until then, peace out.